What's good, YouTube? Today is Friday, so that means it is time for another Flashback Friday. I am Paul Neal, a multifaceted creative, and I'm using Flashback Friday as a way of sharing my experiences with you, and hopefully you gain some inspiration. Tell me what you would have done in that situation, and we become like internet friends or something through the means of telling stories. So today I'm going to tell you about that one time that I performed in Nashville. This is one of those stories where if you know, you know. If you wasn't in the room, then you just missed out. But you didn't fully miss out on that opportunity because they did live stream the event, and there is a video feed of it available that I'm going to put in the description just in case you want to check it out. But watch this video first because you're already watching this video. I went to school in Nashville, so I performed in Nashville a lot of times, but this one time was truly, absolutely different from an energy standpoint, from an opportunistic standpoint, and I've had a lot of great opportunities, I'm not gonna lie, but this one wasn't just good for me, it was good for my brother as well. I was the guitarist for my homie, my brother, my friend, the Blue House Music Group's very own Moody, also known as Cloud Boy. Now, me and Moody, we low-key been working together since the very beginning of his artistry, and I'm truly proud and honored and humbled in order to perform on stages with this man because it's really like surreal. We both seen each other's growth from the beginning of when I picked up the guitar and him when he started becoming an artist. I remember we would be in like the campus apartments trying to record music. Now, we've come a long way from being some dorm room artists all the way to the point where now we were performing on industry level stages. This performance is none other than the Slim and Husky's Unplugged 6th edition. If you don't know about Slim and Husky's, Slim and Husky's Pizzeria is a fast casual artisan pizza shop with a love for hip hop and R&B culture. With locally sourced ingredients and local craft brews, we build community by advocating the people and businesses that make every space great. We offer custom built pizzas, takeout services, and delivery through Uber Eats, Postmates, and a host of third-party vendors. The franchise was founded in Nashville, but they have a lot of different locations all over, so like multiple locations in Tennessee, a couple locations in Atlanta, and they even have a location in California. So if you just happen to be in those cities, do yourself a favor and try Slim and Husky's. No, they did not sponsor this. I'm just a fan of their pizza. This was legitimately an industry event. So no, we weren't performing at a pizza store, but instead we performed at Analog at Hutton Hotel. Analog is a music venue within itself. It's a, you know how most hotels have like conference spaces? Well, this is this particular music venue space. Very widely popular, very known in Nashville. I think if you look it up on Facebook, it has like thousands of likes. It's a very nice venue, top to bottom, from the stage aspect to the crowd aspect to the VIP level seating. Like it's a pretty nice top-notch venue. And as I said, this was a true music industry event because it was sponsored by the performance rights organization BMI, which are the people that collect your royalties and pay you as a performing artist. If you're not familiar with performance arts organizations, you don't really take this music stuff serious. You're a hobbyist. I'm gonna just say it. It was also sponsored by Amazon, the Black Employee Network of Amazon. Country Music Television, I want to say, was a sponsor. Don't quote me, I might be wrong. There were so many other sponsors that I just can't think of off the top of my head, but it was a beautiful event. The event was very nice. There were 4 artists that performed at this event, and out of those 4 artists, I knew half of them. Obviously, Moody. But the second artist is Savvy. I met Savvy while we were both training for a job together at the same time. We were actually hired by the government to go different locations. That's another story for another day. If you are subscribed, you might hear it in another flashback, but we'll talk about that in another time. Crazy enough, Moody kicked off the show and Savvy ended the show. So it was kind of interesting to see like the way how the whole show progressed. Now, when I tell you this show was legit, it was like legit. This is an industry event. I know I told you that before, but the fact that made it legit for me is the fact that I could see my boy Moody really go from just being an aspiring artist to somebody who's actually being paid for their craft. And I'm gonna keep it frank with you. Going from an artist to getting paid to be an artist is not an easy task whatsoever. It's something that most artists don't even consider. And that's why some people think chasing a dream might be false or fiction. It's like, what are you doing with music? But there's a couple ways that you could profit off being an artist. You can sell merchandise, sell features, sell lyrics. We all know that streaming is, to put it like this, back in 2022, 2021, 80% of Spotify artists had 50 monthly listeners. Let's just say each listener listened 4 times each. 200 streams a month is 80 cents. So out of the entire year, they're making like $9 off of streaming. They're making something. I guess you're making something. But no, like paid shows where you are hired to perform or you are selling tickets because you are the host of your own show, that's when you're just not thinking of artistry as an image or as a hobby, but you're actually making it into something that is tangible, something that is lucrative. Because I don't know why people think that it isn't. We're not all hungry, starving artists out here. Some people are out here getting it. So yeah, Slim and Huskies was a paid event. And on top of that, Moody was able to pay everybody who was on the stage with him while taking some home on his own. He also had a true fan base there. A good amount of his fan base is in Atlanta, but a good amount of his fan base is in Nashville. So when we were in Nashville performing, there was like a whole section of the crowd dripped out in TBH MG gear, singing to the top of their lungs.
I feel like I feel like Break that shit down. Say I feel.
And he was the first person to perform. So he kicked the show off right. Like, it's absolutely astounding how well it went.
And I'm on the motherfucking Slim and Husky stage. That shit fire.
We could talk about that for days. It was very powerful for him. But the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I kind of want to also tell it to you from my perspective. I'm a full-time musician and I get paid for the years of preparation that I have put towards a performance. Notice I didn't say a couple rehearsals towards a performance or like a couple weeks or days of rehearsal for a performance, but no, I said the years, the 10,000 hours that I put into learning this craft and perfecting and mastering this craft. Now, I usually step off my high horse whenever I'm working with friends, whenever I'm collaborating with friends. I'm not finna ask them to pay me. If I believe in my homie growth and my homie journey, I'm not finna ask them for a check. Now if they offer, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? If you offer it. But most times I'm doing work with the homies and I'm not asking for anything. I'm not even expecting compensation in return. Well, not this show. Moody was able to pay everybody who was on the stage with him. So it just really, that was a blessing. And plus he was able to keep some in his pocket from that as well. We were able to shake the hands of all the music industry executives that were in the room. And we got free food catered by Slim and Huskies. At this point, I'm just hungry thinking about it. So, and getting fed as a musician is like baseline for any full-time musician. Like, you know, if you were doing like corporate gigs or something, you finna get fed for every gig or for most gigs that you do. So we were kind of able to get a glimpse of what like music success is. And for me, I don't know if anybody else is thinking about it this way, but after you go from doing this as a hobby, but like hustling, trying to make it make sense, and then you get paid for it, I wouldn't even want to do free gigs anymore. I would be spoiled because that gig, although it was good, I don't think it was too good to be true. There are companies, there are events, there's literally like people who are out here just paying artists to bring in experience. And on the flip side of that, there are some artists who are under the false impression that you have to pay money to perform. Nuh-uh, no, you don't have to do that. So yeah, I mean, I just hope that this story could just be a way of letting you know like the standard set. So sometimes you just never know how following your craft and continuously being serious about your craft and networking and shaking hands would make something for you. Like the fact that we were in that room shaking hands with industry execs, that just says something because we were talking to people who are really movers and shakers. So hopefully you come to realize it like this. You are one handshake away from your next big breakthrough. And as long as you keep continuing to follow your craft to the best of your ability and putting forth your best effort, you never know when a really good opportunity like this is gonna come your way. And now you have a new standard so that every single time it's just up from here. I don't know. Drop a comment down below to let me know what you think, or if you've ever been in a situation that's similar to this, where you performed in front of industry execs that has really changed the whole lane of your career. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Flashback Friday. Now, if I didn't say it earlier, I just want to say it one more time. Flashback Friday is a way of reminding me of my successes in my musical journey and my musical walk of life. We've all faced the dreaded imposter syndrome, so I hope nobody out here is thinking, ugh, what am I doing? Because all of us have thought that. And if you are thinking that, get out of that rut. You face some success, so remind yourself of the success. Tell me about it. I'm kind of interested in it. So leave a comment. Let me know that you want to talk. We can schedule some time and go about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next Flashback Friday.